Good evening and welcome again to C.H.O.I.C.E.S Twilight event. And this afternoon we were having a lot of things going on. We're fighting obesity, we're entertaining guests, and we're trying to find new ways to add to our different programs here in the Atlanta area. Tonight we're going to have different interviews with different people who have sponsored or participated in the various events that C.H.O.I.C.E.S have sponsored or hosted. And so let's take a look at one now. And here at the Twilight event, and I'm here with Miss Sue, and she has contributed also to C.H.O.I.C.E.S and the different events that we've done. And so we're going to let her talk about her experience with C.H.O.I.C.E.S. Go ahead, Miss Sue. What do you think about C.H.O.I.C.E.S?
I think C.H.O.I.C.E.S is awesome. I love the idea that it's an organization to benefit children and childhood obesity.
Yes.
I think that is a major problem with our children these days.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a mother of a child who grew up a vegetarian, I had a lot of challenges actually with my daughter in school, public school, because there really were no options for her to eat and to eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But also there was no gym. So they didn't go outside, they didn't work out, and so that is a major concern of mine.
So you see, it does not only affect the children, but it affects the parents too. So we thank you, Ma, for supporting C.H.O.I.C.E.S and its efforts to help end and fight obesity here in Georgia. Thank you. And we're back at the Twilight event with C.H.O.I.C.E.S. And today I have Miss Whitney here, and she's going to talk to us why she supports C.H.O.I.C.E.S and the things that C.H.O.I.C.E.S is doing and how it's motivating her to bring the things that she's learning from C.H.O.I.C.E.S into the household. Ms. Whitney, so what have you done to add C.H.O.I.C.E.S into your home?
Well, I know how important healthy eating is, and especially establishing that routine at a young age. So I do have young children. I'm also a pediatric nurse, so I really know how important it is to start it early. So we talk about healthy foods, pack healthy lunches. We have healthy snacks available. Try to keep the unhealthy foods out of the house. Try to keep the TV time to a minimum, just one time during the day. And that encourages a lot of free active play outside to get a lot of energy out.
That is
for
good.
my boys.
That is very good. And see how they're starting inside of the medical field, trying to branch out. So when you come into contact with kids and parents who are at risk, you're trying to help motivate them to eating better, the physical fitness activity.
It will help them, all through the years. The earlier they start, the better habits they build, and they continue that, especially when they go out on their own, go to college, and throughout adulthood. So
we see that C.H.O.I.C.E.S has made an impact on this mother's life and pediatric. So thank you again, and we'll find someone else. Tonight we also have our favorite Zoe, who is one of the mascots for C.H.O.I.C.E.S. Say hey, Zoe. She blows kisses and she's kicking obesity's butt, because we're all interested about our youth, because they are not only our future, but they are our present. So let's continue to sponsor and fund C.H.O.I.C.E.S so we can continue and keep pushing about the awareness so that people can understand how it is a health risk and that we can fight it and beat it today. Thank you. We have Mr. George here at the Twilight event, and this is his first year, and he's starting to tell me a little bit about his experience with C.H.O.I.C.E.S, and he was letting me know that he funded or supported one of the events that was in DeKalb County.
Yeah, just recently, the Fulton-DeKalb Hospital Authority, which I serve as chair, we provided a grant to them in support of their efforts in the community, working with Commissioner Larry Johnson, who's very active. He's one of the top health specialists that I know in terms of elected officials. And as we deal with issues like youth obesity and all of those challenges, it's great organizations like C.H.O.I.C.E.S that make a difference. And so the authority supported them. I had a chance to go out, spend time with them. And so being here again tonight, just following through, and want to make sure that anytime in Atlanta, which is a phenomenal city, a city that has set the record for so many different initiatives, when we have organizations like C.H.O.I.C.E.S to make sure we support them. So being here tonight is just another continuation to personally support C.H.O.I.C.E.S, and they're in our system with the Fulton-DeKalb Hospital Authority. We'll continue to support them because the work that they do, it helps to keep people out of our emergency room. It helps to make sure we have healthier communities, and to make sure that those of us out here, that we understand we have a role to play. So this is a great event. Got a good crazy friend of mine in George Wallace. here tonight. So it's a great evening. It's a chance to have fun while we raise funds for C.H.O.I.C.E.S.
So what would you say to someone who has not heard about C.H.O.I.C.E.S or might want to be a potential sponsor?
Well, first I tell them to go online, to Google C.H.O.I.C.E.S, you'll find just a wealth of the great events and their initiatives and what they're doing. So I tell them first, read, pick up the phone and call. They have a phenomenal team that's there, that's involved and engaged. I've already talked to them about doing some things for me at the Gene Young Middle School, which is a school that 15 years ago I started a program through my Thomas W. Deutsch Jr. Foundation that I have. It's called Young Men of Distinction, but I want to look at what they can do for the whole school because I'm the corporate partner for Gene Young. So I tell them that if they just will contact and communicate with the office, they're willing to work with you. I think their programs are phenomenal, and when you look at the challenges we have in having a healthy society,
yes, sir.
I mean, President Obama hit it on the nose. We got 30 million plus people that don't have access to health care, and we're not looking to have healthy societies, and so we need organizations like this. So I think once they read about C.H.O.I.C.E.S, look at the things that they're doing, it won't be a matter of selling them. They will be convinced that this is an organization that they should support.
Well, as you can see, the proof is standing right next to me that C.H.O.I.C.E.S is making a difference here in the Atlanta area, and you can too by checking out our website. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. And we're back, and this time I have Miss Edwards, and she's been associated with C.H.O.I.C.E.S for quite some time as well. So, Miss Edwards, how has C.H.O.I.C.E.S basically opened up your eyes to the whole obesity awareness programs?
Well, I think children should eat healthy and be healthy, and that would prevent them from having illness or diseases, when they are adults. So if everyone would start their children off with healthy foods and healthy activities, I think they would be a lot better.
I believe so too, and we have Zoe in the shot to help promote obesity awareness and try to provide some type of comfort for the children who might be a little bit nervous or scared. So she's that comfort, right? She makes all of us feel good. All right, let's go find someone else. And we're back. This time I grabbed a C.H.O.I.C.E.S coordinator.
It's hard to grab us because we're running around this evening.
Yes, we are. And I see you're doing so much here with the whole silent auction and telling people about what C.H.O.I.C.E.S is and everything. So actually, where does all the funding and things like that go that we raised here from tonight, from the Twilight fundraiser event? Where will some of that money go? Do you know?
I do. Next year, we are opening up a new center location in Atlanta. And so we're hoping to start up some new programs. We've talked about a summer camp for kids. We've talked about a walking program for some employees who have businesses around the area.
Oh, wow.
Come do a lunch and learn. So we have a lot of things that we're talking about, but that does depend on funding and how many programs we can get started. But it is for our programs next year.
Awesome. So this is why it's important to sponsor C.H.O.I.C.E.S and increase the awareness of obesity in our youth and in our adults, because if the parents are, that leads to the children, right?
It's true. We are a children's organization, but if we teach the kids and then the parents go home and they're doing the same old things, then exactly. So we need to make sure that the children are learning, but the parents are also being educated as well.
And as a program coordinator, you help talk with the parents and tell them how, or teach them how to transition from eating a certain way to this new C.H.O.I.C.E.S lifestyle, right?
The primary program that I'm going to be working on as soon as this auction is over, actually starting Monday, is we're doing an after-school program with kids. And I'm going to go into the elementary school, and each week I teach them a different lesson, from whole grains to drinking more water. And then throughout that program, we also have parent orientations where the parents come and we review with them what we've been teaching the children. So that way both of them have the same knowledge and there's no confusion at home about what needs to be going on.
That is good. So we are kicking obesity's butt.
We are trying. And also, that's another thing with funding. Right now, we only have one after-school program, and next year, we're hoping to have 5. So another thing that we need money for is for after-school programs.
So you hear that? This is your opportunity to invest in our children today because, obesity is increasing and the lifespan of our youth are decreasing. So you can help be a part of this thing where we can end obesity or at least reduce it to an amount where we can help control and maintain children's nutrition and their health. Thank you, Chelsea, and I'm going to find you later.
Much. Have a wonderful evening, and please help Choices.
Thank you. And we're back again, this time with Chef Desmond. And haven't you been with Choices for quite some time now?
Wow, it's been some years now. Don't give me the line. I think it's been 5 or 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what have you and Choices have done to help promote like healthy eating and physical activities in the Metro Atlanta area?
Pretty much whatever Choices does, I just follow. And I'm there to support. We've done a few TV spots to kind of let everybody know what healthy snacks are for kids. Because that's where we get in trouble sometimes. We may think too much about the healthy meals, whether it's dinner or lunch, but we let them snack on whatever. So we try to bring light to healthy snacks. And then I've been involved with some of the Let's Move campaign that she's doing, and the Children's Expos. The company I work for sponsors the food for the volunteers, and we just try to instill that healthy eating all around, not just to kids, but to the adults too, because they're the ones that teach the kids.
So do you incorporate any of the things that you have done and seen with Choices in your own household?
I do. My kids, they actually have the Choices, the Zoe coins around the house. So it's crazy. Whenever they do something, I mean, they're real health conscious as it is. But whenever they have an option, every now and then I give them, junk food just to kind of balance it. But if they choose the junk food, the healthy food over the junk food, when they have that choice, I give them a little Zoe coin, and then that means something. We get to do something, a little later in the week. So they like that.
So sweet.
Yeah.
And smart.
Yeah.
So we see how we can bring Choices from an organization standpoint into the household to help promote healthy eating with our kids.
Definitely.
Now let's go find someone else. Thank you, Chef Des.
You're welcome.